We're driving a Cadillac CT4-V. Coming up, I'm going to tell you how the Cadillac CT4 uses your to make you safer. No, really. But first, information explosion. For those who don't know, the Cadillac CT4 is a premium sedan, and with the V, you can add sporty to the beginning of that title. Let's kick things off with interior. Sweetie, what do you think about the interior of the Cadillac CT4?
I think it's cool, man. It's luxurious, and I love the door handles. They're so swoopy.
That's a real nice bit of flair. I like the stitching along here, and I also like the kind of orangey hue to it.
And the wave in the door here, it's shaped like the exterior of a sports car.
If you poke around, you can feel some of that maybe traditional, scratchy GM plastic. But the CT4 is inexpensively priced, and we'll dig into that a little bit more a little bit later. We didn't do that. Let's talk family friendliness. I guess item number one is room, in that there's not that much of it. It's fine up front, but it almost always is. If I try to sit behind myself, it's real cozy. I have just enough clearance, but I'm a very average 5'10". What about getting our kiddo in and out?
So it's low to the ground, as a sedan is, so that was super simple. The latch points are easy to access through a plastic bit that raises up.
Sometimes you have to pull it off. These you just flip up.
Yes, I much prefer that to the plastic bits that you can lose.
And then cargo space. There's not quite 11 cubic feet of space in back. It's a workable amount of space if you have like one kid. You can put a stroller back there, but if you want real cargo space, get a Honda Civic. Yes, I know the Honda Civic does not compete with the CT4. We just drove one recently, and we're surprised at how big its trunk was. In terms of safety, the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration has not rated the Cadillac CT4, but it does have automatic emergency braking, so it'll apply the brakes if something stopped in front of you, and it has the safety alert seat, which, as teased, uses your to make you safer. Here's how it works. When the lane departure warning system, let's say you go over the line on the right, it'll actually buzz your butt on the right cheek.
Really?
Yeah, or vice versa, left cheek or in the middle, sort of the general butt region. It's a tactile way of reminding you that something is happening that you should be aware of. Whether that tactile reminder is more distracting than the thing you should be looking at, that is the question. Especially
since I had such a difficult time figuring out how to turn off the automatic massage function, I might just assume that's what it is.
Oh my, what did I do to deserve that? There are, however, two features that really should be standard and are not: lane departure warning and dynamic cruise control. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. They usually come in pairs. Thank you for enduring my sneeze. Lane departure warning comes with the driver alert package, which is $800, and then adaptive cruise comes with the driver assist package, which is $900. And I will quickly remind you that both of those features come standard on a Toyota Corolla.
Whoa.
Redeeming the CT4 somewhat from a safety perspective is Teen Driver. Teen Driver allows you to set up the vehicle so that if you were to give the keys to a future daughter that is teenage aged and ready to drive, you can limit certain functions. So you can put a speed limit on the vehicle, or you can put a limit on how loud the audio system is. And they have a new feature for 2021 called Buckle Up to Drive. And when you start the vehicle, it won't let you leave unless you're buckled up.
Is that standard, or is that an add-on?
Standard!
Wow!
So what do we think? Is the Cadillac CT4 family friendly?
Yes.
I would say yes, with caveats. It better be a small family. Average height or less. Rear window test. All the way down. Armrest test. So, if I'm driving in my comfortable 8 and 4, I like the fact that both of my elbows are within range of the armrest, but I'm going to deduct some points on the inboard because you got stitching right here where contact is made, and that is very, very firm. Outside also firm, but not quite as firm. I'm going to go with the 3/4 elbow up on the outboard, and on the inboard, right about half. Hey, have you subscribed to our channel? If you haven't, please do. At 100,000 subs, we're going to review a windowless wide van. Style! Style? Cadillac CT4? Is it good?
It is stylish. I feel like most of its style comes from the headlights and taillights though. Especially the taillights. I haven't seen anything that looks like that. You'll probably know something and tell me about it in the comments.
It's probably another Cadillac, maybe the CT5, the slightly larger version of this. I'll also mention that this is the CT4V, and it's got this really nice mesh grille, subtle aero bits. The rear spoiler is there, but it's not outrageous. And of course, the reason for that is because they want to leave space above this for the even more powerful CT4-V Blackwing.
Does it have a huge wing?
Well, better. And it better be black. What do you think? Do you have thoughts about the styling of the Cadillac CT4? If so, tell us in the comments. If you'd like to see what we're driving or flying between YouTube videos, give me a follow over on Instagram. And if you're curious what our family's up to, give Evie a follow.
So many pancakes.
There are a lot of pancakes. In motion! This conveniently windy mountain road is a great place to talk about steering and handling, which I find to be quite capable. The steering is a little bit heavy, maybe not quite as communicative as some vehicles I've driven, but overall the handling dynamics to me feel very confidence-inspiring. It's confident in a way that allows you to explore the vehicle's abilities and consequently have some fun. There are cars that are quick but nerve-wracking, and then there are cars that are quick and playful and fun. I think this is in the latter category. And you know what? I'm driving in tour mode right now. Let's put it in sport, everybody. Oh, down a gear, ready for fun. Ooh. Now that little downshift there indicates one of the things I really like about the CT4V, which is the 10-speed automatic transmission. What's so interesting, don't come in my lane. As I was saying, the transmission did a really good job there of downshifting and being in the correct gear so that we could come out of the corner with haste. But in tour mode, the thing I've noticed is that as you're accelerating, just like at normal speeds, it almost pulls with the smoothness of an electric powertrain. That's a little bit overstated, but not much. You hear the engine revs change, but you don't really feel changes in G. You just kind of get the smooth pull. It's really impressive. I have noticed from a stop, if you want to accelerate flat out, there's a little bit of lag off the line and then power comes on strong. But when you're already moving, the transmission does such a good job downshifting promptly. And also the turbocharger seems to do a good job of giving power promptly, even from fairly low revs. So there's an immediacy to the way the power comes on that I find quite satisfying. This is what I look like when I'm quite satisfied. Does it seem familiar? All right, I've had a bit of fun. Let's have Evie drive. Sweetie's at the wheel. Okay, any first thoughts about driving the CT4V?
This feels powerful.
Oh, well, let's see. Push it, go, do it, do a thing. Whee! Yeah, right? That's nice.
Good power. I like the way the brakes feel. They feel really assertive, which is reassuring to me.
And we do live in a windy area. Have you had a chance to use the steering wheel?
Oh, I've used it a lot. It feels a little bit heavy, but...
You know, you can adjust that. I'm going to put you in tour mode now, and that should lighten it up just a little bit.
Ooh.
We'll go that way. The windy way.
One thing I do notice driving it is that the visibility is not good.
Oh,
the greenhouse is a little bit narrow, and over this shoulder especially, I'm having a really hard time.
You mean the greenhouse is stylishly narrow?
True, it is a stylish vehicle.
And you and I are doing that same thing where you're forward enough that the B pillar is right in your field of view. I'm far enough back that I can see around it. So visibility is not so much a problem for me, but again, this is why we have Evie drive the car.
Yeah, I'm 5'2", so my experience will vary from anyone of different height.
But overall, are you having kind of an okay time?
Yeah, this is an enjoyable drive experience.
Hey, all right, we've achieved some level of enjoyment. Good times driving, sweetie pie. I am now going to floor it. Needless full throttle acceleration. Whee! Whee indeed. Moving on, emotion factor. What do you think? Is there an emotion factor here?
There is. I was actually really surprised. I have a specific idea of what Cadillac is as a brand, and this defies that. It seems youthful and fun.
There's definitely something happening here. And what it is ain't exactly clear. 5% of you will understand those lyrics. The rest of you just keep moving forward. If you're feeling emotionally moved to buy a Cadillac CT4 of your very own, click the Kelley Blue Book listing link in the description below. Remarks! Remark number 1, infotainment. Milady, have you used it?
I have. I like that it's a touchscreen and, what'd you call that?
A flippity-deedly knob?
Yes, it's a touchscreen and a flippity-deedly knob.
This has been maybe one of the more controversial stances we've taken, but we're not fans of using this exclusively. We like being able to use a touchscreen, and wouldn't you know it, it's possible to let you do both.
It's awesome.
Well done, Cadillac.
I do wish that the home screen, that these were color-coded. That really helps differentiate out of the corner of your eye what you are navigating towards. I have another minor complaint.
What do you got?
I hate that this opens to the driver only instead of to the middle.
Yeah, if it came up, would you prefer that? Or maybe if it went both ways, as I've seen a few of these do?
Yes, that would be useful because I feel like I have to really get in your space to get anything in there.
Maybe that's a feature, not a flaw, baby. We don't normally cover mountain friendliness in these videos hosted by me, but let's cover it for a brief moment, just because all-wheel drive is available on any trim.
Oh.
And the price for all-wheel drive does vary quite a bit, from like $1,100 for the V here to like $3,600. And I think that's because there's certain packages that come with it. But long story short, if you want to drive in slippery conditions, all-wheel drive, get some winter tires, and then put this thing in snow mode, and you have a pretty solid winter package. I'm gonna pull over right now. All right, kiddo's not feeling great, but she is feeling better. So we're gonna keep moving along. Where were we? Ah, yes, Super Cruise. Super Cruise costs $3,100, and it's a feature where it lets you take your hands off the steering wheel, and the vehicle basically drives itself under adult supervision on 200,000 miles of freeway. But this one doesn't have it, so we don't get to use it.
Darn.
Also, we're not on a freeway. Also, I love to drive.
Super Cruise.
We should take a moment to talk about the seats. Sweetie, how's your seat?
I actually wish it hugged me a little more because I find you driving very aggressively on these roads.
Sweetie, you can do that.
Yes.
Just use the controls on the side. You can move the side bolsters in.
Oh, I see. So I find these controls baffling, but I have I'm not good at stuff like this.
or stuff that's not like this. You know, just generally
just
stuff. While you're adjusting the side bolsters in, I'll also point out that these are ventilated and heated. Today it's a very hot day, which explains why we're so sweaty. So I'm going to turn on that ventilation.
Oh no, it's massaging me again.
Chapers, life is tough. While you're ruining the day you were born because you're currently being massaged by a magical seat, I'm going to draw your attention to this V here on the steering wheel. When you press that, it makes everything as racy as it can be. Brake feel, engine, suspension, steering, all the stuff.
I like that it's one convenient button.
Yeah, because when the mood strikes, you just got to mash that button and feel the G's. But briefly, because your daughter's not feeling well. Even though there is a V on the steering wheel, this is not the ultimate expression of V. That V belongs to the previously mentioned V Blackwing. That clap means we didn't realize that camera wasn't running. Oh, when we get out of a groove. But we're gonna just keep moving on. Sorry for all that footage, we weren't staring at the correct camera. That Blackwing has a 3.6 liter twin turbocharged V6, and with all that power, it'll do 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds.
Whoa.
Whoa, indeed. And it also offers a manual transmission, but if you want the fastest acceleration, go with the automatic. For people who don't need V levels of performance, there are 2 other engines available. Well, actually, there's a base 2 liter, and then there's a 2.7 liter, the same as this one, but it makes a little less power in the non-V versions of the CT4. Right now, somebody in the comment section is typing out a comment about General Motors reliability, to which I will point out that in doing some research, the CT4 only has 1 recall for the 2 model years it's already been out. It was for a brake booster situation. But compared to some of the brands known for reliability, that's actually quite good. And if you still have concerns about GM reliability, they have a 6-year, 70,000 mile powertrain warranty on the Cadillacs. Man. As far as competitors, the CT4 is kind of a weird one. If you wanted to compare it to formerly compact sedans like the 3 Series or the Mercedes-Benz C-Class, this is about $6,000 to $8,000 less expensive in base form.
Cool.
So it really competes more price-wise with things like the BMW 2 Series Gran Coupe or the Audi A3. And even then, it still undercuts that Gran Coupe by a few $1,000s. It's also much cheaper than the Genesis G70, though I would say that might be a visually more alluring design. Basically, if you want a premium sedan, but you don't want to spend a lot of money, this is worthy of your consideration. If we missed any remarks, tell us in the comments. Synopsis! In thinking about the essence of the Cadillac CT4-V, it's good looking and strong, but it lives in the shadow of its even brawnier sibling, the Cadillac CT4 Blackwing. To me, the CT4-V is the Liam Hemsworth of sporty premium sedans.
Who's that?
He's the guy you don't have fantasies about.
Oh.
Do you have a better synopsis? If so, tell us in the comments. If you'd like to see more of whatever this is, please subscribe. And if you like the video, like the video. If you'd like to see what we're driving or flying between YouTube videos, give me a follow over on Instagram. And if you're curious what our family is up to,
give me a follow. I interrupted, I'm sorry.
Oh, sweetie, you interrupted. Now you have to finish the video.
It's just some high-fiving, right? I'll do it awkwardly, but I can do a high five.
High five the little one.
Can I have a high five? Thank you.
High five big sweetie.
And you, come get your high five.
You didn't make the...